So I just have some practical or some announcements. Like next week, there will be no Zoom meetings because I'm in New York. I'm going to New York. So next weekend is also the meeting in New York if you want to come. It's like April 5 till 7. It's the meeting. So next week, no Zoom meetings, and the week after, then it's already on my website. You can use the next Zoom, not the Zoom from this time, but I will. There's a new Zoom link for the next meetings. And oh, 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 Catherine, yeah. The connection, yeah. Then you can come in again. That doesn't matter. Yeah, of course. Um, Also want to say if there's a possibility to have a one-to-one if you want to talk a little bit longer, just private with the two of us, then you can email me and just we set a date and a time and then you can come. But it will not be next week, but the week after. And also you can call me, of course, then also after, not next week, but after that week. You can call me just like that. There's no charge for that. It's just for a short time. We can have a chat. And normally I'm not saying it, but there's also a possibility to donate. People do. It will be very kind. We have to pay for the Zoom too, so it would be nice. Okay. So this is going nowhere because it's already complete as it is. So nothing has any point. This meeting doesn't have any point or agenda or something that we're really important. Nothing is important. It's everything. It's already everything. No need to go anywhere, Catherine. No, that's a joke. But there's no going anywhere. There's only sitting. There's sitting. And we're so into the story when there's me and I'm here. There's so much going on. Like I'm going through this, I'm doing this is because of that. The brain can abstract everything. And it's not wrong or right. It's what is happening. But talking about that, it's making it clear that it's a dream. Me is a dream. Me is a dream of development, of going, of meaning and purpose, importance, all that. Nothing is important. Nothing is more important than anything else. It's what it is. It's very simple, very ordinary. It's this. And this, you can't say, oh, it's also this and it's also this. This, it's the word, it's not only the word, because there can be an understanding and then saying, yeah, it's this and that and all that. But it's not about understanding. We were talking about that yesterday. It's not, there can be an understanding of the words and being clear about that. But it's not, it's the words, it's only a very superficial thing. It's because it's when they're saying it's this, it's you can't even say what it is, and the word this is a way to explain to give it a name, which is neutral. But this is it's energetic. It's a sound. It's the grass. It's everything full on as it is. So that's, you can't even understand or say exactly what you're talking about because it's changing and it's so full on. How can you tell? How can you tell? It's very simple and in the same time it's huge and full on and life is like that. There's nothing coming anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. No. There can be questions. There can be saying something. Maybe there's a sharing of what's going on. Or maybe there are questions about what's being said or read or heard somewhere. Maybe it's not agreeing or not seeing it like that. Then please do say, or if you can say it and you can unmute yourself, you can also use the chat, typing what you want to say. This is energetic. So it has nothing to do with what you do, what circumstances are there, what the behavior is. It has nothing to do with that. That's in the story. And that's what normally that me or when I'm here and I'm living in the story, you'll be busy with how to behave and how to take care and how to deal with things. This has nothing to do with that. Well, there can be any behavior or circumstances or what. It's an appearance of that. And it's saying it's everything. So it doesn't matter how the behaving is going, how that it's that simple, and that's not making something else of it. Me is a story about how to and why, and this has nothing to do with how to or why. It's what it is, not explaining, no meaning, exactly what it is. A lot of energy, low energy. Mm. It's already that drinking. It's a sound. The table. It's that. That simple. It's so ordinary and normal and simple. It's going nowhere. It is. And then something else. And it's an appearance of that. That's already what's happening. And that's the completeness. What is there to change? It's that full on, that drinking. It's that taste. Nothing to do with how to or why. And there can be questions about why, of course. And there can be an understanding of the words, what's going on, and there's no me, and there's life is what's happening, and it's that, an understanding. This is energetic. So it's like there's an understanding, or this is what's happening and all that. And suddenly there's somebody saying to you, you lost your job. And then it's more that it's live, and there's then suddenly there's nothing going on like, oh, it's okay and all that. It's suddenly rough. There can be feelings or fear, or it's free fall. So it has nothing to do with like, oh, it's freedom and it's okay. It has nothing to do with okay. It's free fall. There's no escape. So there's and you don't know where it's going. You really don't know. So there can be a fear, there can be a relief, there can be anger, there can be anything is going on. And it's not yours. This very thing is nothing is yours. It can be felt. Oh man, dear. It can be a cold. There's nothing in it for me. So going through this meeting, it doesn't get you anywhere. That's can be the disappointment, because somewhere there can be a longing for something else, for finally know me, or finally something. It's already that what is happening. It's everything, so there will be no change. It's not about change. You could say that me is that construct that always wants something else. It's this already. So this meeting doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't give anything. It's only sharing of what is. There's nothing wrong or right. It's what it is. Nothing wrong. That's amazing. That when there's nothing wrong, wow, everything is about right and wrong and better and worse and all that. And then there's hearing, no, there's nothing wrong. It can't be wrong. It's what it is. Not saying that to yourself because that's making it into something else. Well, it's that full on fear, maybe, or you don't even know what it is. And it's not yours. It's somewhere in space, feeling, seeing, a sense, a sound, speaking. It's that. Exactly the way it's going. There's somebody saying there can be a longing for the longing to end. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's no beginning and there's no end. That's so strange. We're so living into time and development and continuation or maybe ending. There's no time. No time. That's huge because we're so into before and after, and in the end it will be like that or something like that. There is no end. There's no beginning. It's that feeling. Or yet it doesn't need to be a feeling. It can be light or a sound. It's very simple and tiny and ordinary what's already going on. So there's nowhere to go when there's no time. There's nowhere to go. Can't be. It's this. That's the only thing there is. There's a question. In the story of Roos wasn't also this longing? Yeah, of course there was the longing. Yes, very much. Also, always the feeling, this can't be it. What is it? Yeah, looking for that. Yeah. What? Not hearing that that's a misunderstanding. Not hearing that at all, because that was so the normal way. So it wasn't heard for a long, long, long time. Because when it's heard, it's suddenly like, oh, no continuation. But that's my life. It's about continuation and going on and existing, and it will go in that way or development. And then suddenly it was like, oh, no development. But where's Rose? Then there's no Rose. That's something complete something else. Normally, the longing and everything what's being said is placed in a way in the story. How can we? How can I have an image of that, or how can I deal or do that, or although it's said it's not like that, it's heard like that because that's so the normal way of thinking and dealing with things. It's bringing it into the story. And then suddenly, there's no story. There can be stunning clouds. Yeah. And then suddenly it's like, oh, I was so busy with looking for something. And then, oh, it's that table. What is that? That table? How stunning is that? Oh my God. I never saw it as it was. It's just stunning. Something, oh, it's so simple and so close and then close. And we are so into like, oh, how am I feeling and what's going on and trying to and comparing maybe and all that. And it's that, that, it's the table. It's already that. Oh my God. I'm all the time saying, oh my God. God, it's so, but it's so stunning like that because it's so ordinary and what seems to be always there and not really seeing it like, yeah, every day that wall is there. So what is there to find in the wall? And then suddenly there's something going on like, really, it's seeing what how it is. And then, then it's something else. It's new. Yeah.
Hi, Rose.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. It's so beautiful to hear you speak. It's just so, I mean, and it's not even you, I know, like, but the
Mm,
words, it's just something that's just so touching, you know, it's just
Oh, thank you.
I
No, it's
describe it.
yeah,
But I mean, the me constantly lives in this duality, and I mean, it's just you know, on the one side, it always wants to be better, and then on the other side, oh, maybe I'm too much now. You know, it's
oh
like
yeah, oh yeah,
it's just yeah. I just thought about that the other day because it's always like, as you say, with
yeah,
always thinking going on, you know, how to behave, what to do, what to, so busy with how am I feeling, you know, all the time,
yeah,
and not just, I don't know. I mean, when you speak about the table and the wall, I mean, I guess the me can never see that because it's
no,
so into itself that it just can't. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, when there's I'm here, there's always that looking at yourself. So that's
Yeah, yeah.
could say it's a divide. It's always then there's something right or wrong. It's that too. It can't be
Mm-hmm.
different because that's the seems to be the normal way. And then there's that drive to what's the best way and thinking about it because thinking is the way we solve problems or something like that. So that's so strong. It's not you doing that, but that's that drive. So going on, and then suddenly hearing about a wall or something like there's something about it, and in the same time it's like, huh, what is that? Yeah, and then there's nothing about going on about understanding because the understanding in the story is about, oh, that's the wall. Oh, the wall is amazing, but that's looking at the wall. That's something else. That's the wall is walling. I don't know. It's so sometimes
Yeah.
difficult
It's
to say.
describing, yeah.
Yeah,
And as you say, you know, that like the sense of a me is also just, you know, that's like an expression of you know,
yeah,
everything is also included, but it feels to be excluded in a way, and then everything else is happening out
yeah,
there, and yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that story and everything seems real. Sometimes it's not that strong and suddenly can be
Yeah,
important, so it's stronger. Yeah, yeah. And then hearing, oh, it's not about that. I'm busy with that all day. I was like that. I thought that. I'm like, oh my God, that's my life. Busy with how to behave, how to deal, how to why and all that. Oh, it's something else, and it's much closer, and it's already there, so there's no need to look for it. It's the strange thing that the looking in a way obscure. It's make it not that obvious anymore. That's strange. You can't stop it, so that's can be like that.
yeah, because it feels like the me can never stop itself. It's just sort of on
No, no,
looking. I'm
no,
looking for something, but it's
yeah.
what what am I looking for?
Yeah, you can't stop, but it doesn't matter. There's a lot of thoughts going on. You don't need to stop it because that's another thing going on. That system can be very clever. That trying to stop is the same thing that there's something wrong, of course. So we're so trapped in that. It's like an addiction that trying to and finding and all that. It's so because there's something going on. This isn't it, and what's the best way? And then hearing, oh, but it's exactly the way it's going. The face is looking, the words are coming. How can it be wrong? Can't.
Yeah, that's a good that you say that. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it always thinks something is wrong, and you know, it needs to be fixed, or it constantly looking for the
yeah.
Mm.
And it won't, it doesn't change in that maybe in that way. What somewhere that can be in those meetings can happen that those concepts can be not that strong anymore. So that really listening or really that it's it can't be, it's exhausting. So sometimes there's something going on, not the listening is not that strong anymore. You can't, yeah, it's going on, but my God, or sometimes it's going like that, or sometimes it's even stronger. So it takes you off. That it's like in the end, it's like, oh, I can't go on. It's so different. It's every like body mind. It's different. So you can't say how it will go or something like that. You don't know. That's also something awful because we want some clues or something what can maybe can help. And then hearing, there's no need to help. That's strange because it's not listening to that whole construct that's always busy trying to heal or be better or all that. And then that's saying, no, there's no need to be better. There's nothing wrong. It's that. And then it can be that suddenly it stops for a moment, like, oh, and you don't know where to go. And it's, oh, and then there it is. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Thank
wonderful.
you. Uh, yeah, it's amazing that sharing. It's not even mine, but it's. I'm listen. You could say sometimes it's like, oh, the sharing, how that's going. It's like it's not me doing that. So there's also something going on. Oh my God, yeah. In the same time, it's not really. It's something like that, but there's also listening to that too, in a way, because it's not Rose. It's suddenly like, yeah, I don't know. It's going like that.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, There can be so many questions about the story of Rose and about what was going on, or how is it now? How is Rose dealing with things? It's an escape. And it doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with that. But just saying that, it's certainly, there is no story of Rose. There never was a story of Rose. There was a dream, an idea that there was something going on. You can also, so hearing something about Rose and how she's doing things, you can also read a book. It's the same thing. It doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you anything. And it's very normal to ask those questions because that's how we normally are doing things, comparing and trying to want that same thing and trying to look at how that person is doing it or not doing things. It has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't give anything to know or to hear what Rose is, what the life of Rose is now, or something, things like that, or how it was before. It's a story. It's a book. It's like reading a book, and it's already that. It's that hand that's there. And if it's I don't see it's an appearance. It doesn't matter if you see it's an appearance. The way it's being seen is it. It's that already. So there's nowhere to go. There's no need to have it in a certain way. It's already the way it's going. It's complete as it's going. Has nothing to do with you. There can be an idea. It's me doing that. And how can I lose that me? There's already no me. It's only a misunderstanding. But it's so embodied. It's so the normal way of thinking that you're doing it. You're never done. You have never done it. There's no you. There was never a you. So there is no past. There's only that hand or sitting. And then they're saying something, somebody saying, there seems to be a heavy heart, a kind of grief. Nowhere, no way to get this. Yeah, no way to get this. No, you don't need to. And that's what that subtly there can be that hope, that longing for something. Because underneath that, there's that subtle believe there's something wrong, there's something not right, it's not enough, it's something like it's maybe not in the words, but it's can be a sense, a feeling, a sensation somewhere. I believe it's so embodied, and there can be subtle hope to find it someday or to lose the me someday or something like that. And then suddenly it's like, oh, no way to get this. That's, oh my God, there's no hope. There's no hope. But the other way around is it's a relief because there's nowhere to go. And it can be grief or a feeling like that. Yeah. That me construct. It's that me is so clever. It's always trying to understand, to do something with it, to make it into something else, to hear it in a certain way. So on top of that, it's getting into something else. It's so strong in that way. And then suddenly it doesn't work. Can be on the moment. It's suddenly heard like, oh, really? Like, yeah, really? There's nowhere to go. Oh, oh, that's something else. Yeah.
Rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Hi.
this. There's nowhere to go. It's I think you would say it's worse. There's no one to go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's worse.
Yeah. It's worse. And
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God. That's suddenly there can also be something going on. Yeah. It's so strong. Yeah.
yeah. It's really, really. Yeah. The nearest I can get is a mind fucking. Um, it blows away. Yeah, I don't know what, but
Yeah.
it's a kind of being a little bit dizzy
Wow.
because it's so chaotic, or it's uh, uh, yeah, no limit, or whatever. Yeah, it's the same. This trying to put words on it.
Yeah. But
Uh,
that's how, of course you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's that. It's so free. It's so fucking free. Like, oh my God, it's too much. It's like, oh, whoa, no, give me that borders again. That logic. Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
There's it's um, I sometimes put in this way. The eye can listen, but it can't hear it.
Yeah.
And when when we share this, it's so wonderful because there's no form. It's coming from, now I just say it's just coming from nothing, but there's no limit in it, and it's so freeing to share things in this way, not to be personal, or what come. In a way, it is strange that it can be difficult to go into a story
Yeah.
uh, talking about things which had happened, uh, because it's more right now, or it is this what is going on. So this going back to, can you remember you said this, or you yeah, but
Yeah. It's
okay,
already so like, where is it? Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people already saying like yesterday, and then they say like, yeah, it's strange. It seemed like it never happened, but like, oh, that cannot be like that. But it seemed like, yeah, what is yesterday? It's can be a remembering, but it's, in a way, it's what you say. It's you like you can't grasp it anymore. If it's not real, or yeah,
yeah. um, uh, I can also I can be so glad when I can see this pattern of the me, when, for example, I have a smile for a person. There can be this, I want more, and then suddenly, isn't it enough? It is just, yeah,
yeah,
it's just having more of something. It's really, really a, yeah, really a strange idea. This, in a way, greedy. This is, even if it's enough, and being so glad for just this and this, there can, but it's just, uh, yeah, nice to see how this can function.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, yeah,
yeah. It's, there's always something with that, and that's more or me. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah,
That's so then suddenly it's seeing how that's working, and then it's going, and it's on top of no all those things like, oh, it's always not enough. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 And it's just not wonderful to see. It's just wonderful. Uh, not to see it. It just when I don't know if I can say when it stops, or something like that. Just that it is this when you are talking. It's a body thing. It's not a conceptual thinking thing. It's really in a way that the body got it, or this energy in there's no more to talk about. In a way, I have heard Tony Parson. He says chess mate to something. He says it's over. When it's
Yeah.
suddenly when you talk about a thing and the person says something, yeah, we don't have to talk about it anymore. I got it. It's not the pattern has stopped or whatever. It's just not to describe, but
Yeah.
it will. There can be this certain of it will never happen again. I can tell you, in a way that this sensing of that it has stopped a pattern. Now I'm just talking blah blah blah.
Yeah. I can't so much follow you. Oh, sorry. But it's like what I'm hearing is that it's like an enthusiasm wanting to share, and then there's just talking, and the words doesn't matter, but the sharing is that
Yeah,
enthusiasm.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's so stunning, and how can you say? And you're trying to make words, and it doesn't matter what the words are because that's the sharing is there. Yeah,
yeah,
mm, yeah.
yeah,
And that's also crazy that it's not in the words, because in the world you could say like it's so much in the in the words and how you say it, and that's not now and all that. And there's something else going on. There's something else what's missed in that moment. And that's what I think what's you we're sharing. Like, oh, that's it's already there. Ah.
yeah, and therefore impossible to describe,
Hmm.
because when I describe thing, it's not there. It's
Yeah.
trying to yeah, just
Yeah.
to put words on.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter when there's words, and the words, I don't care about those words. It doesn't matter when the words are just flow below like that. It doesn't matter because the sharing is going on.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah,
sure it is. Yeah, that's the fun. Yeah, it's the easiness. Like, oh, I don't have to look at my words and that it logic or all that because the sharing is something else. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Yips.
yeah. Thank you. Uh,
I can relate to that because sometimes I feel I don't know what. I mean, I'm not talking, but something just comes out of my mouth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I jump from one thing to the other, and I'm like, after a Zoom meeting, I'm like, what did I say?
What I really say, yeah. Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then hearing and then realizing or hearing, I don't know. It's like it doesn't matter because the sharing is something else. It's in the words also. What but it's underneath is that what's going on. And then it's understood and it's heard or felt.
Yeah, I
Felt.
love that you say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you say. Oh. But then there can be some hesitation about, "Oh, how can I say it? And maybe I just don't say it in the right way." You see, it doesn't matter how you say it because the sharing is already going on. So the words can be, but it doesn't matter. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sense of like you want to prepare yourself. Oh yeah, how do I
Yeah.
start to say this now? What is actually the point of my, sharing or whatever? But there's no
Yeah.
point really.
Yeah, it's just starting and you don't know where it goes. And
Yeah.
that's a bit like, ooh.
Yeah.
But that's life. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm sharing. I don't know. It starts and then suddenly it goes on. And suddenly what's happening in the beginning? It's like suddenly it stops. Like, what is this? Yeah, can be like that. So you don't know. Yeah. And there's also the joy because then when there's talking, being with people, and we're so busy with trying to behave, and then suddenly there's also that just behaving and talking in a certain way, and it doesn't matter what's being said and then maybe there's a response or maybe there's irritation or whatever. Yeah, then that's what's going on. That's life. It's everything. So that's the freedom too. This can be also a bit like, oh, free fall, like, oh my God, what's going on? Because we want to prepare and to be safe. And this is not safe. It's not about safe. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I wanted to ask a question, which is maybe a bit weird, but do you think that the so-called message or what we are speaking about, do you think it has the ability to like flush out things in the so-called like construction of the person? Like, because sometimes I feel like things, it's more like becoming this character more, even like you see things
Ah.
even more clearly. And I was like, wow, what's going, like it's just very kind of clear.
Mm.
I don't know. That's just about whatever. But
Now, what I can say in the story, it's talking in the story. It's like the characteristics is blossoming, and that we were always like looking at it and thinking this is right, and I should be different in that and all that. And suddenly, when that's not so much going on, it's blossoming and can be silly or anything. It doesn't mean it's going in the right way or what we thought. It's like more what I thought, always thought is like I want have to be more assertive, things like that. That didn't change. I'm not that so much. So that's, well, I don't care. I don't, most of the time I don't see it anymore, but maybe I think it's still there. So yeah, so what? So there's
yeah,
suddenly there's characteristics. It's even more. And
yeah, that's a
yeah,
very good word. Like it's
yeah,
flowering because it feels like you have no, of course you have no control over what's happening
yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
but you're just surprised. Wow, that
yeah,
things are coming
yeah,
out and it's like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's a lot of times there was an idea about it should be a little bit less or it should be a little bit more or all that. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
Rose,
Yeah,
it's also so funny because I can't remember what you and Elizabeth was talking about, but, but it's so
you can't remember. What is
no,
that?
but it's the same with me. I can't remember what we were
Yeah,
talking.
it's sad and it's gone like
Yeah,
that. Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's so fantastic, this description of free fall.
Yeah.
It can be totally scary and at the same time really freeing, really, yeah, really, yeah, therefore free fall. Yeah. But there's something in it that it can be anger, it can be
Mm.
whatever, different kind of feelings and so on, and it's just what it is. So yeah,
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 but yeah.
yeah. How
And
can you say it? We
yeah,
want to share because
yeah,
it's so stunning. Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
But
Yeah.
in a way, it can be a little bit yeah, peaceful or calming when you laugh and at the same time say free fall.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, there can be a lot of fear about this. I mean, uh, and there's always what normally is when there's something before, there can be a fear and you have an idea about how it would be, and there's something like, oh my God. And when it's there, everybody knows in a way. It's like, oh, what was that fear? There's nothing special or
No.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's so easy and so simple. But it's you don't know what will happen. But that's all already the case. We think we have an idea of controlling or things like that. Well, suddenly it can come in like that, and where's that control? There's no control. Yeah. But the idea that you have, it can be like feeling safe. But it's never safe. It was never safe. Yeah. But so what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. It's a good one. So what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. Let somebody say, everything is automatically this. Now doer already. Yeah. Appearing as a speaker, a listener. Yeah. Yeah. It's one. There can be words there. Yeah. Can be hearing something, speaking. Yeah. The strange thing is also when it's suddenly so clear, or not only clear, but it's suddenly like, oh, I want to share. And when there's a sharing from that, you can't find the words, but that's the sharing because that's how it's going. You can't find the words. How can you say this? And that in that way, you share what's going on. That's so stunning. Yeah. Mm. So chat. Yesterday I went out with friends for a meal. The food wasn't great, and when asked if everything was okay, I couldn't answer. There was no ability to pretend I like it. Yeah, it can be. It can also be, oh yeah, thank you, it was very good. And you didn't like it. Can also be. Or both. Yeah, yeah. Mm. And after that, you think, what am I saying? Well, yeah. Yeah. Mm.
In a way, I like it because there are no rules for this.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's so, yeah, you can suddenly you can feel like, oh, that's finally I'm like that. And then in the same time, there are no rules. Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
think we're so convinced it have to be like in a certain way. It have to be like
Yeah.
this. Or I think this it really takes a long time to to get it.
Yeah.
I think, but
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
like this.
sure. That's so strong and so the normal way. That's the that's the best in a way. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I used to do it a lot. I was so convinced, this is it, and or this is not it, or like, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
it's a torture in a way. It's a torture
Yeah.
because it's like it's not free.
Yeah. And then there's always work to do, of course, then. Yeah. 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 Or something like, oh, finally I get it right, or things like that.
Yes,
And then
yes,
next time,
yes,
oh my
yes.
God, it's that same thing again. It's so, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like so much
Of
wanting to
course.
get somewhere. Like this is it. Now it's perfect. Now I'm good. Now it's like
Yeah.
I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Finally, I did say, but for me, it was always like, oh, finally, I did dare to say something. And then, God, next time it wasn't there. Yeah. Uh,
I just wanted to share something not very important, but it feels like there is uh, I don't know what name to give it to. It's like I just call it softness. It's like softness.
mm,
I don't know exactly what it is, and it doesn't mean that my life situation is better or that everything is perfect. No, because still everything is going on. But it's like maybe just because you don't try to fix it or to change it or to
ah,
fight with it
yeah.
or
Yeah.
like to make it like to be in a certain way. There was so much like trying
Mm.
to think or to do or to be in a certain way, and that was very exhausting, very very exhausting. And like doing it not so much, not that I did it myself, but it somehow changed. It feels like I don't know how to say, but it's beautiful because it's like it's scary, but it's beautiful. It's like I just call it
Yeah,
softness. I
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah. It's both. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear
Yeah,
that. Yeah. Yeah. It's a softening. Yeah, I can hear. Or, yeah, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
sure.
feels very like very strong, very like not nice at all, but
Yeah.
still like in the background there's something is like
Yeah.
softening. Yeah, so I just
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Yeah, sure. Can be like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. The strange thing is it's also a little story. Well, yesterday, I was somewhere and that man in the shop, he wasn't nice. He was all the time, I was saying something and he was making a joke of it. And well, the strange thing is that he did it and it was seen or felt or and then it was gone, and I don't so it can be strange that when it's empty, so it's there and then it's gone. So it's not what normally what we know. It's that something is going on and it's taken home and it feels like, oh, whoa, oh, like that. And when there's no one there, so it's that can be a feeling or can be a moment, and then it's already gone. Like all what we said, like you don't know what I've been said before. It's like that. It's just suddenly and then it's gone, and then nothing happened. So that it doesn't matter what's going on. It really doesn't. There can be a feeling, yeah, and then for a while, and then it's gone. Yeah, yeah. It's very easy.
And
It
I think
doesn't mean it's always nice. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Go on.
no, I think that's what I call like softening, like
Yeah.
it becomes soft because it loses its meaning or grip or whatever. It's not like it's not fixed and like stay like you think about
Yeah.
it and why it happened and why you look at me that way, you know, and why I was
Yeah.
laughing at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. 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 It can be a feeling that still goes on, of course, but there's nothing being done with that. Not so much, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. So that's all. It can be a relaxation also. It's like don't care, something like that. It's not really in the mind that, but that's how it's going on. Yeah.
But it is being felt in the body. Like the body have really
Yeah.
to get used to something very different
Yeah.
because it's in
Yeah.
my case it's very different. So it's like the body really have to sort of yeah go with the changes. So in a way,
Mm. But it's all yeah, it's not really in the body, but it feels like
yeah.
it's sensed. Yeah, of course it's sensed. The feeling is there. Maybe even stronger because there's nothing going on to trying to change it or something like that. Well, it's that feeling when there's nothing going on like meaning or because of all that, then it's there and yeah, it's there. Yeah. This is not special. This is not a certain way. This has nothing to do with the story. It's already that what is apparently happening. Nothing is real. It's empty, but it's full together. It's like it's a hand. It's an appearance of a hand, but it's still the hand or a feeling or sound. It's that. It's already. It's closing the computer. It's that is what's happening. There's no meaning in anything. There's not going anywhere. It's already that what is happening. So that's everything. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's a feeling or it's a table or a cloud. It's that, and then that, and then that, and then. So you can't miss it. It's the only thing there is. It's being in unconditional love. It's everything is unconditional love. It's also the body. It's not I am in unconditional. The body isn't real. So the body is or that face is unconditional love, facing in a certain way. It's that. There's nothing right or wrong with that. It's what it is. And then there's something else, a watch or it's you can't even name it because it's quick and changing and chaotic and no rules, no logic, no meaning. There's no story. That's strange because everything seems to be a story happening somewhere in me or to me. And when there's hearing, there's no me. It's not only that there's no one inside the body is also not real. So nothing is going on. There's only sound or table or bodies or streets. And that's already, it's unconditional love speaking, tabling, buddying for no one. Thank you. Thank you. Mm.
Thank you.
Hi, Mana.